I'm Ashley Thompson with Sweet Tea Farm. Today I'm going to show you a very easy recipe on a bacon wrapped rabbit. Yes, that's right, I said rabbits. Most people don't know that rabbit is one of the healthiest meats that you can possibly eat. It is significantly lower in fat and higher in protein than other meats. So if you're on a diet or just want to eat healthy, this is an excellent choice. You most likely won't find rabbit at your local grocery store, but you can find it at the Risen Farmers Market. Today we're going to marinate our rabbit in KC Masterpiece Marinade. I like this marinade because it is a 30-minute marinade. So if you're in a hurry and you don't have 24 hours to marinate something, this is excellent. You can do other meats or vegetables as well. I have chosen the Tuscan garlic and herb marinade. So I already have the marinade on front and back of the rabbit. We need to cover it tightly and let it sit for 30 minutes or longer if you want a robust flavor. So we're going to cover it with our saran wrap. I have a new handy saran wrap cutter. I used to hate using saran wrap, but I got this really neat slider and it just is so convenient to use. If you want to check one out, I'll put it in a link below. Okay, we're gonna marinate this for 30 minutes. Stick it in the refrigerator. Then we're gonna have ready our bacon and toothpicks when we come back. Okay, so our rabbit has been marinating for 30 minutes. I have just taken the bacon back out of the refrigerator. You want to use nice cold bacon. It slides apart easier and it doesn't get all stretchy and slimy, so be sure to keep it refrigerated. And then I have toothpicks available to start wrapping our bacon. I'm going to unwrap the rabbit and I'm going to rinse and wipe it really well before I wrap the bacon around it. After rinsing and just blotting your rabbit dry, you're gonna wrap it in bacon. Get a toothpick. This is thin cut bacon so that it cooks up a little bit crispy. I don't like to cook with the thicker bacon because it takes longer for it to get crispy. So we are starting the bacon tightly wrapping it. She has a toothpick to help her get started. And then don't forget to take your toothpick out. And we're just gonna wrap the whole thing in bacon all the way around. You're gonna end up using probably the entire package of bacon. So as you can see, our rabbit is completely wrapped in the bacon and the marinade smells amazing. We have preheated the oven to 375 and we're gonna cook it until the bacon appears to be crispy and done, but we're gonna check the internal temperature of our rabbit before saying that it is done. While the rabbit is baking, I thought it would be nice to add a healthy side. I'm going to cook yellow squash, which is available at the farmers markets. Come quick because they did sell out last week, but I'm going to bake squash at 400 degrees in a little bit of olive oil, garlic powder, salt, and a dash of Parmesan cheese. I have a mandolin slicer. You have to be very careful, they're very sharp. And I'm going to cut off just a little bit of the top stem part of the yellow squash so that I can use my safety guard to move the squash down my mandolin slicer. So I have the top just taken off, and then there's little grips at the top where you can hold your vegetables in place. And I have my cutter set at a 1/4 inch. So we're gonna have 1/4 inch slices. I cut up about 3 medium yellow squash, and I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a half of a teaspoon of garlic powder, I'm going to do about 5 or 6 shakes of my salt shaker, and that's going to be about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. We're going to save this, and once we get our squash laid out on our pan, we're going to sprinkle that over. Be careful not to put the ends in your bowl. You don't want to eat those. I just like to use my hand and get in there and make sure it's all mixed up. Now we're going to lay them on the pan in a single layer. Now I'm going to add my 3 cheese Parmesan cheese blend on top, and I'm just going to shake until it looks like the amount that I would like, and you can do it to your taste. Now we're going to bake it at 400 degrees until it gets nice and brown on top. Finally, our rabbit has been cooking for 35 minutes. I took it out of the oven and I checked the internal temperature with my handy dandy thermometer. And you want to cook it like you would chicken, and you want to make sure that the internal temperature is about 165 degrees. If your bacon is not done, no worries. I stuck mine back into the oven and I put it under the broiler on high for about 2 minutes until the bacon got crispy. My kids like some really brown bacon, so I made sure that it got crispy all over. I poured the broth into a separate bowl before putting it under the broiler so that it wouldn't evaporate, and the bottom of the rabbit got nice and crunchy as well. My kids love the broth. They'll dip the meat in the broth, even drink the broth, so I keep it separate. And our squash came out just lovely. This is only a little bit of what's left. We've been eating on it since we had the rabbit in the oven. So I hope that you decide to try the squash and the rabbit. It is excellent together and a quick and easy meal. There are so many ways to prepare rabbit. Any recipe that you would do for pork or even chicken, you can enjoy with rabbit. You can make it as healthy as you would like, or you can wrap it in bacon. My kids really enjoy rabbit dumplings, just like you would fix chicken in dumplings, but it's a little bit healthier without the fat and high in protein.